Hello, I'm Alina Crawford, principal at Crawfordville Elementary School, and I'd like to welcome you to February's Title I presentation, Get Moving with Math. Our staff here at CES developed this video to provide helpful strategies and resources that you can use when working with your child at home to assist with homework and review skills. We want to make math more engaging and fun for your child. After the presentation, we ask that you complete a brief survey to help provide us with valuable feedback. Thank you for supporting your child's education in the Wakulla County school system, where we are committed to success.
Hi, I'm a member of the kindergarten team here at Crawfordville Elementary, and I'm going to talk to you about number sense. Number sense is probably the most important skill we teach in kindergarten. First, we start with understanding that numbers are represented by symbols. Then we want to equate a symbol to a quantity, to a set of objects, or to fingers, or to tallies, or to dots on a 10 frame. We want to make sure that kids understand that a number can be represented in another way. After we have worked on that for a while, and you can work with this with your child at home too, we want to make sure that we're comparing numbers and we're comparing sets of quantities. We want to make sure that children understand that more also means greater and less also means fewer. Using both of these words for each concept is very important for children to understand the language of comparing numbers. Do a lot of comparing at home. You can do this in the kitchen using beans. You can do this looking outside at flowers, one group of flowers and another group of flowers. You can do this by counting cars. How many red cars did we pass? How many blue cars did we pass? Comparing numbers can be done anywhere. You can even compare the numbers of letters and words as you're reading with your child. After you've compared numbers with your child, move on to understanding the term of equal. And equal is going to be very important as your child begins to understand algebraic equations, which begins pretty much in kindergarten and builds from there. We want to make sure that your child understands that 5, the symbol, and 5, a quantity, is equal or same to 5. And in that, a symbol can be the same as a quantity. And that equal means the same. Those two words are interchangeable also. As you move into the first grade part of this presentation, we're going to be talking more about equal.
Hi, I'm a member of the first grade team at Crawfordville Elementary, and I'm going to talk to you today about the meaning of the equal sign. In first grade, we continue where kindergarten leaves off. We show 5 is equal to 5. To demonstrate this, I use a pan balance. I put 5 on one side and 5 on the other side, and the students can see that it balances out. It's the same. Then we progress to addition problems. And we put 3 of one thing, 2 of the same thing that's the same weight, a different color, on this side, and then 5 over here, to show that 3 and 2 more is the same as 5. Then we progress to missing add-ins. Once a student is able to understand that the equal sign has to be the same on both sides, they're able to use those skills to figure out missing numbers. 3 plus what equals 5? Put 3 here, put 5 here. Figure out how many more you have to get to make the balance equal on both sides. You can also use pictures to demonstrate this at home. I've included some pan balance resources on the PowerPoint. I hope this helps you and your child at home. Thank you.
Hi, I'm a member of the second grade team. Today we're going to be talking about two-digit subtraction with regrouping. This is our ones column, and this is our tens column. We put our subtraction sign over here when we write problems this way, and this is our equal sign now. So we will start in the ones column, and you start with 2, and you say, can I take 5 away from 2? And we can't do that, so we have to regroup. So we will go over to the tens column, we'll borrow a 10 stick, this 7 becomes a 6, and we have to add that 10 stick over to the ones. When we add that 10 stick to the ones, we have to add 10 because that 10 stick turns into 10 ones. So 2 plus 10 now makes 12. Now we can subtract. So 12 minus 5 makes 7, and 6 minus 4 will make 2. So when we are regrouping, we have to borrow from our tens to add to our ones so we can subtract our ones column.
I'm part of the 3rd grade team, and I will be going over how to solve a basic division problem using equal groups. Here we have our word problem, and the first thing we're going to do is find our key numbers and circle them. Then we look for our question sentence and we underline it, and then we box our keywords. Now our keywords are important because they give us clues as to what operation we need to use to solve the problem. Here we see the words divided, piles, and each. Divided lets us know that we're going to take our whole, the whole amount of crackers, 48, and split them into equal piles or equal groups, and that each pile is going to have the same number. We're going to be counting by 8s to figure out how many piles we're going to have. So we start skip counting using our multiples. We have 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, and 48. And then finally, once we have our equal groups drawn, we count how many equal groups we have, and that will give us our quotient or our answer to the problem. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal groups. I hope this strategy helps your students at home.
Hello, I am from Crawfordville, and I'm a part of the 4th grade team, and today what we're going to work on is division. We are building on what the children learn in 3rd grade and moving on. So we start with our basic division problem. This is how the children will see it. But we like to lay it out a little different to make it a little bit easier for them to understand. So we take this problem and fill in all of our numbers into the blanks. The children all learned about place value in 2nd grade when they were doing the adding 10 and learning the difference between ones and tens and hundreds. And so that's all we did. We broke up this number by their different place values and moving on to that. So what we first do is we have to ask, you know, like our old division, our old school, what we always would do, we'd ask ourselves how many times does 9 go into 1, and we go 0, and we just do the old school math. 0 times 1 is 9. And then we subtract. Now this is the fun part. So we pretend we're in a car and we're going, since we have something left, we're going to zoom to our neighbor. So now instead of them just seeing the individual numbers and having to bring them all down, they're going to ask themselves how many times does 9 go into 13? 1 time. Then they're going to go 1 times 9, and then just do the process again, subtraction. 4. Again, they're going to zoom it over. So it's just like a repeated process over and over. So it's really helpful because they're remembering I'm doing the same thing every single time. So they'll ask themselves, how many times does 9 go into 46? 5 times, multiply and subtract. And then lastly, they'll go over here. Again, they'll ask themselves, how many times does 9 go into 18? 2 times, 2 times 9, 18, subtract. So all this is we're just working on, again, understanding the equal sign. We understand that this problem equals this. So both sides are worth the exact same amount. So as you can see, it starts in kindergarten, all this equal and having that understanding, and it's just a progression through each grade level. I hope this strategy will help you at home. Thank you.
Hi, I am a member of the 5th grade team, and I am going to show you the long division algorithm for this problem, 1,368 divided by 9. First, I want to go over the names of the numbers as they are, as we discussed them in class for division. 9 is the divisor, and we always say the divisor knocks on the door. 1,368 is the dividend. It is in the house. And the answer that we will be putting on top of the house is the quotient. The first thing we are going to do is we are going to divide, since 9 won't go into 1, we are going to divide it into 13. And then we multiply 1 times 9 and put it under the 13. Then we subtract. Now, this is an important part of the process. After you subtract, you have to make sure that the difference is less than the divisor, and it is, so we can bring down the next number. Then we divide 9 into 46. That goes in 5 times. We multiply 5 times 9 to get 45. We subtract 46 minus 45 and get 1. Again, you are going to check to make sure that this 1 is less than your divisor, and it is, so it's okay to bring down this 8. Now we're going to start the process all over again by seeing how many times 9 will go into 18. It goes in there 2 times. 2 times 9 is 18. You're going to subtract. Make sure that your difference is less than your divisor. And when you are finished bringing down all of the numbers in the dividend, you are finished with this division problem. Our quotient is 152. Thank you. I hope this helps at home.